Welcome into the Extra Point presented by Corner Pub in Brentwood on 710 Old Hickory Boulevard for Nashville's best meat and three craft beers and more. The neighborhood meets at the corner. And Zach, we all know Corner Pub Brentwood is Preds approved from the last year's run to the Stanley Cup final, coming oh so close to the cup. And David Poile, the GM, he is not messing around. He just pulled a trade. Kyle Turris coming from Ottawa to Nashville. Yeah, you give up some top prospects. But David Poile and the Preds, they are all in going after the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, and I love how early it was. He didn't wait till the trade deadline where I think things get a little bit more pricey. We all knew Matt Duchene was probably going to be on the move, maybe going to the Nashville Predators, but they pick up Kyle Turris. I like this move. This could put them over the edge. Last year he had 27 goals, and he gives that center that they were getting from Mike Fisher the last couple of years. Now he steps in right behind Johansson. This is a good club altogether, and I think they were looking to replace some output from James Neal, who went to Las Vegas.
Sure.
I think Turris checks all the boxes.
Yeah, he does. And now Nick Bonino can go back to a third-line center, which actually is great for him. I think you'd take Nick Bonino playing the third-line center over a lot of other teams' third-line center, and he can be more that Mike Fisher guy, playing defense, toughness, and getting some gritty goals there on the third line. But I love what they have now with Johansson and Turris. There's just endless firepower, and the Preds have been struggling. They've been really, really bad at 5-on-5, putting pucks in the net. So this makes them all good. And there was something that David Poile said Monday at his press conference talking about this trade is he held on to his first-round draft pick. And he said, if there's another trade up my sleeve, I still have the first-round draft pick. And that's important because maybe David Poile's not done.
Yeah, and he may not be done. I look at the Pittsburgh Penguins, which they lost last year in the Stanley Cup final. You know what trade put them over the edge? The Phil Kessel trade a couple of years ago. What do you know? Back-to-back Stanley Cup championships after that. Maybe David Poile's thinking the same thing. You get some fresh blood in here, a good core, and they make a real run. It's crazy. 8th seed, the worst seed in the playoffs last year. They make the run all the way to the cup, and now I feel like they are climbing the ladder of going in with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, and the Preds gave up Girard and Kamenev, two of the brightest prospects. But guess what, guys? For the first time, I think in a long time in Preds franchise history, we're not worried about the prospects in Milwaukee. It's about what's happening on the ice in Smashville, and David Poile is going all in to get a Stanley Cup. And that's today's Extra Point presented by Corner Pub in Brentwood on A to Z Sports Nashville.com.